The game has finished 2-2 in quite possibly one of our worst performances of the season. So many personal, individual stinkers in this game. It's nowhere better to start than talking about the absolute diabolical stinker that Gerald Hato had. This guy today maybe had one of the worst defensive performances I've ever seen from a Chelsea defender in my 24 years of living on this planet. At fault for both goals, gave away the first goal and then gave away a pen in the second goal. Generational stinker and hooked. Oh wait, no, he wasn't hooked. He lasted 90 minutes doing that shit. Probably the only positive of this game was Esteval scoring a goal yet again. Unbelievable player. Our top goal scorer for the team, by the way, in all competitions, and he's only 18. Isn't even starting week in, week out. He's coming off the bench most of the time. Back-to-back goals in the Champions League. I think I saw some stat that he's the youngest Brazilian to ever do that. Unreal player and should be starting week in, week out from now on. If he's not starting week in, week out, questions asked by Mares. Garnacho comes on and makes a difference. Really good goal from Garnacho to get it 2-2. At that point, I was quite hopeful we'd still win the game because there was like 25, 30 minutes left. We didn't go on to win the game. So the goal obviously only really got us a point. But he did a lot more in those 30 minutes than Gittins did in the 60 minutes prior. Gittins, by the way, questions. But something that's probably worse than the loss itself was seeing Romeo Lavia on the floor injured early on in the game. Forcing Caicedo to come on the pitch and basically stopping Caicedo from being able to get a rest. But also, we need this guy. If we're going to be able to, push for top 4 and push for FA Cups and Qarabag Cups and Champions Leagues and whatever we want to do this season in cup competitions, we need Lavia fit. He is an unreal player when he's fit. He's obviously being hit and miss at the moment because of how unfit he's been. I just hope this isn't a long-term injury. Overall, I could sit here and talk in depth about everyone's performances. It wasn't a good game. We obviously rotated quite a bit. There was probably about 4 or 5 starters starting, and then probably the rest of the team was quite rotated. But we should have still won against Qarabag. The fans were up for it. The players were up for it. They played really well. I'm not going to say that they were rubbish. They were genuinely really good. But we, as Chelsea Football Club, should be beating Qarabag. I'm going to do another video later on tonight talking about in more detail about what I think is causing these inconsistencies in the team. But let me know in the comments, boys. Are we cooked?